particular with this project called the HOPE Project, which stands for Helping Our People Along the Elk River. And as you can tell, there's been an outpouring of support for this program. It's the first that I know of its kind right now in the flood areas that are helping people rebuild. And it's providing drywall, subflooring, electrical, and insulation to people who are ready to rebuild. And those are people that have already gone through the FEMA process to give us a big picture of what their needs are so that we can provide a lot of those needs that they have to start the rebuilding process. Today we're going to thank a lot of people and a lot of organizations who helped us raise $153,970 within the last month to help support this project. So give yourself a round of applause. What I'd like to do is introduce, I don't like to introduce, I just have to call him up because everybody knows who John Roberts is. And John has taken Mountain Mission over the more than a decade that he's been there from a small sort of neighborhood organization to one that's helping out people throughout the Kanawha Valley. And the outreach programs that they do now and are expanding to later reach thousands and thousands of people and families. John, come on up and say
Thank you for being here today. I want to take just a quick moment and thank George Manahan, Elena Moore, and the staff of the Manahan Group. We couldn't do a lot of the things we do if it wasn't for them and their dedication and care and commitment to Mountain Mission, and not just Mountain Mission, but the community at large. So give Manahan Group a When I woke up June the 23rd and saw the news, I knew I needed to get to work because we were getting ready to get real busy. And we started working that day, raising money, collecting items, organizing deliveries, and trying to organize folks, the different scopes of work to help them get back into their homes. We started that day and we haven't stopped, and we're not going to stop until all of our resources are over or the work is done. So you cannot do a lot of this work without having partners. Mountain Mission alone cannot do this. So we surround ourselves with partners, and you have to be careful who you partner with. And I'm proud to say that we've partnered with a couple organizations during the HOPE Project that has just, I feel extremely comfortable working with these companies. So I want to bring them up here right now. Glenn Jeffries, he is the owner and the operator of Cornerstone Interiors, an construction company here that does work throughout the Kanawha Valley and all across the state. And Glenn has not only become a business partner, he's become a good friend as well. And I want to allow him to say a few words right now.
As our company was hauling supplies, material supplies, and cleaning supplies, one night coming back from Calvin, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it hit me that we had not been discussing about getting building supplies and materials to the families that's been affected. And that's when I approached John Roberts and Mike Shin with Hands On West Virginia, that there is 4 basic needs that every homeowner is going to need to be able to be the first step for them to get into their homes. And as George talked about, the subfloor, the insulation, the receptacles, and the drywall. So that's when we came together, formed this partnership, and the amount of money today that we are talking about, we're going to be able to help anywhere between 105 to 110 homes. And I think that's tremendous.
Yeah.
So as we move forward, hopefully starting next week, we're going to be able to reach out to these families and for them to be able to come to our distribution center, which is going to be in Clendenin, for them to be able to come and get those supplies so they can start moving and moving themselves back into their homes. Thank you.
Thank you.
there's a piece of the Hope Project that is extremely important. It's the volunteer part of the project. Where would we be in West Virginia right now during this disaster without the volunteers? We wouldn't be even close to where we are right now trying to rebuild. So we have brought in Mike Shin, which is the director for Hands on West Virginia, and he is, what we do, Glenn and myself will go into the homes and we'll check things to make sure that the moisture level is down where it needs to be. We'll make sure that the subflooring is treated, and what we don't want to do is give someone good material to put over a surface that is not prepared, because if you do that, you ask for future problems, and we don't want that. So we work with Mike Shin and his group to be able to come in and put those materials back in. So right now I want to introduce you to Mike Shin.
Thank you. We were very blessed when we got the call from John and Glenn to be involved in this. Hands on West Virginia is just an organization here in the Kanawha Valley that wants to put volunteers to work. You know, anyone who wants to volunteer, we get things organized and in place and ready to go so that they hit the ground running when they come to volunteer. Right now, we've seen over 1,500 volunteers in Clendenin that we've put through the program there who have helped. We've had about 800 come through for supplies and things that they need to clean up their homes. And we have about 250 homes that we have applications on that we're passing on to John and to Glenn to get those assessed and to get people help. So we're just here to do our very best and to partner with great organizations like Mountain Mission to make a difference in Clendenin and the greater Kanawha Valley through volunteers. So we just encourage you, if anyone wants to volunteer, talk to John, talk to Glenn, talk to myself, and we'll get a project ready for them, and we'll help some folks move further along in getting back into their homes. Thank you very much.
Mike and Glenn, John, why don't you come on up here? We're going to start with some check presentations. But before we do that, I wanted to, in particular, point out something that that John said first, and Glenn, and then followed by Mike Shin. We can do about 110, 120 homes right now. There are needs for well over 200, and we think the needs are really upwards of 500 homes. So while we're announcing today that we've raised 153,970, we still need to raise more. We don't want to let anybody have the idea that we're done raising money. We need to keep raising money because there's more people out there that really need this help and support. So having said that, let's celebrate the money and the funds and the donations that are being made today, because we would not be able to even help out the first 110, 120 homes without these great donations.
Can I share something?
Sure.
I failed to get George this information, but the $153,000 that we're talking about here today is just what's represented here today. If you add that to what we've already collected, we are knocking on the door of $275,000 overall. That is correct. That will help us move this program forward quickly.
The first person I'd like to call up is James Yost. James, come on up. Bring your group. James, you want to talk a little bit about how you guys raised your money? I know it varies on projects.
So what we did on Charleston's East End is the businesses actually pulled together, and they came to me for what Charleston Main Streets on the East End program to pull together and create a quick event. We did it in 6 days where we brought all the businesses, so several venues. We had 5 or 6 venues all together. They created specials, and we hosted like a block benefit. So we had music, live performances, we had silent auction, and each business also had specials within each of their separate venues that raised funds, and we put all of that funds right back into Mountain Mission. We're glad that this is the perfect place for a local charity to reach out to Clendenin and all the area people that were affected out there. And then we have some representatives from our businesses and musicians here today. And we're glad to be able to present this check.
Great. Go ahead for that.
How much is 11?
We all get in here.
put that in the bank, John. Ricky Campbell from Appalachian Timing Group. They did an amazing 5K run, almost days, they put together in days, but I'll let Ricky tell you a little about it. Even though it was pouring down rain, we had, how many runners? About 250, 300?
250, 270 finished.
Yeah.
Like he said, we literally put together a 5K in the span of about 9 days. It was a free 5K, so anyone could do it without having to pay anything. But the catch is that we asked people to donate money, items, clothing, food, to enter into it. So not only did we raise about $4,500 in a 5K in less than 10 days, we also about halfway filled up that truck that's sitting outside in just donations. So, and like he said, it was raining quite a bit. So I was very pleased with the turnout that we had.
Gotta get in there. Thanks, Ricky. Yeah, it was pouring down rain.
Not in here.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I was under a tent, thank goodness, but it was a great race. Modern Woodmen, you know, these guys, this organization challenged other organizations and they were going to match it. And I'll let them tell a little bit more about some of the organizations they've worked with, but they're coming with a check for $33,000. Come on up.
Well, just like everyone else, we couldn't do what we do without great community partners. So in conjunction with WTSQ, Status Quo, Black Sheep Burrito, Miko Cena de Amor, Uncork and Create, Charleston Chiropractic, the rest of the Kanawha Valley, whoever we partnered with, Live on the Levee. We took white buckets out, became the White Bucket Brigade at Live on the Levee to raise money. You know, Jean Ann, our administrative assistant, called and said, how can we help? Our home office in Rock Island, Illinois said, here's some matching funds money. So in conjunction with everyone else that I just mentioned, plus a few more, we got to raise $33,000 we can match. So with that, I think we've done good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not done yet. These people need more help, so we'll continue to help.
Good job.
Thanks.
Good job.
Don't take it together.
Tighten up that line.
Break it in. We all wore deodorant, we'll be good.
Thank you.
We also wanted to say thank you to the great people of the state of West Virginia. Without them, this wouldn't be possible either. So we want to give them a big round of applause, the great people.
Yeah.
And then West Virginia Radio Corporation. Every year we have a Circle of Hope at the end of the year, which helps raise money for Mountain Mission for some of their other causes. This was a special Circle of Hope that was held over a couple of day period, and they raised $22,500 through Circle of Hope. And Steve Bishop is here from
Well, thank you. I appreciate this. This guy right here, and there's some other great people that are with Mountain Mission. I know Glenn's helping out too. John, I mean, I'm just amazed at the number of people that I've seen attach themselves to Mountain Mission, which shows that this guy, this group of people is doing great things. And I'm here, I mean, we partner with them on a lot of stuff, and this was just one of those things that happened at the last minute, but it was a need for it, and people responded. And so, John, $22,500 going to you guys at Mountain Mission.
Thanks, guys.
I did not pay him to say that.
No, I'm telling you, I just, they've been doing great things for many, many years, and this is another example. And it's not just John, it's so many other great people. I mean, these guys back here, sitting here who, right, you know, this guy back here, I'm telling you, it's just, there's so many people there that are awesome, and I thank you very much for letting us be a part of this. Thank you, guys. Oh, I may say this, I totally forgot. Modern Woodmen of America has partnered with me on things, and they called me up, and I had no idea this money was available. And I thought I didn't think you were kidding, but I thought this is the easiest $20,000 that I ever raised ever. And so, anytime you want to call me and tell me that, I'd be more than happy to take that call. Thank you. Thanks again.
And then our hosts today, Dutch Miller Auto Group. They're making a very significant donation, and I think a lot of you have probably seen their video on social media talking about how they care for West Virginia, and they're a significant business partner here in West Virginia, and we're very pleased that they're making this donation. It's going to help a lot of people in the flood areas. And Chris Miller, come on up and thank you very much.
Obviously, thank you guys very much for coming. This is just a fantastic event, John. You guys do such a great job. I think what really is being said here is that in West Virginia, we're a little different than the rest of the country, because travesties happen all over the place, and most people sit on their hands and wait around and go, help us, help us. But in West Virginia, we're different. We look at each other around here, and we're brothers and sisters, and we step up and we help each other before anybody else wants to.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about our state. We get involved, we roll up our sleeves, and we take care of each other. The contribution we have here is really not as much for me as it's from everybody that works, that I have the privilege to work with here. As soon as this travesty struck, I had people calling me over and over again, the guys that I work with on a daily basis, going, what can we do to help? What are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? And so I was just fielding phone calls all day, and we were shooting people up with food, shooting people up with water and refreshments. And then we got the bright idea that we are going to get involved and make a large contribution to make sure that everybody that experienced all this devastation at least has a hand up to make sure that we're keeping people here in our state. Because if you look at what's happening, we've got people leaving left and right. And a travesty like that can be nothing more than an open door for other people to leave. And we want to keep our West Virginians here. So we felt like it was our obligation. We've been in business in West Virginia for over 60 years. And it was our obligation to do everything we could to get involved and take a check and give it to Mountain Mission so that way they can go do the good stuff that they do. It is an absolute privilege to be here. We don't make contributions to have press conferences. We make contributions because it's the right thing to do to take care of West Virginia and take care of the place that we do business. So, most importantly, thank all you guys here for doing what you've done. This is just fantastic stuff, and it's amazing what a group of people with a single interest can accomplish. And then thank everybody that works with us. I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world to have the employees that work on the same team that I do. They don't work for me, I work with them. And the fact that they roll up their sleeves and help make this happen is just an attestament to how great of a group of guys we are here. And so thank you.
Couple follow-up points, and Chris had said it right. No one here asked for a news conference. The reason we're holding a news conference today is to continue to get the word out. First of all, to thank people because we're able to help a lot of people, but to let people know too that we still need volunteers, we still need contributions. We have a couple of people that could not be here. Did I get everybody that's here? I'm not missing anybody. Okay, great. There's one contribution that came in from the Better Life Foundation. And the Better Life Foundation happens to be the music group 3 Doors Down. And if you know 3 Doors Down, Kryptonite, When I'm Gone, Here Without You, those are their 3 big hits. They're playing here August 28th. And they made a call to John, and they said, well, we usually don't give contributions to this type of a, they make contributions, but not to this type of a situation. But they've heard about it on the news.
They saw it on national news.
They saw it on social media, and they picked up the phone and liked the Hope Project and wanted to make a $10,000 contribution to the Hope Project. So that's the type of outreach and outpouring of help that we're certainly getting from within the state and outside the state as well. And then lastly, every dollar that has been raised here today, the $153,970, will go directly to those people that have been affected. So, Administrator Frosty. The Hope Project has worked out a relationship with Lowe's of Canal City, and Lowe's of Canal City is providing, I think, all of this, all these materials either at cost or below cost. So with that, we can buy more. I know there's this drywall company up in the Northern Panhandle that is supplying free drywall to people that have been flooded, so they're providing materials as well. This is a partnership because you can't stand alone in this type of a situation. It's great to have partners helping us out, and it's great to have people like you who are out there helping us raise money to help a lot of people. So thank you very much. If I missed anything, do you want to?
I'd just like to think, I just want to, I guess, close today by saying thank you. Again, thank you to Chris and his family, his employees. I can tell by looking down through here that you consider this business a family, and that's pretty cool. And I appreciate the partnership of everybody coming together. And I try to drive home that 100%, we're a small local agency trying to do some big things to help some folks. And you know, we don't have a ton of money to pay all the overhead, but God supplies. And I just want to say thanks to everyone for giving of your time. Ricky spent a ton of time putting that together. It's hugely successful over here. I mean, I just want to say thanks. And I don't want to say thanks just for me. I want to say thanks from the families that we are touching, from the families that we are serving. And I could stand here, and Glenn and Mike both, we all could stand here and give you stories and have you in tears in 2 minutes. But we're not going to do that because we all know that there's so many families that are in need. We just need to do the right thing. Together we can make a difference, and we are making a difference. Again, thank you for being here.